everybody. Welcome to another episode of Rue the Day. And as with me, as always, Mr. Beckerman.
Hi, everybody. I
What are
look
you doing?
classy today.
You're classy today? Why is that?
Oh, I forgot my handkerchief.
You forgot your handkerchief.
It's a paper towel, but we won't tell anybody.
We're live, bro. You just told him it was a paper towel.
Well,
All right.
I figured if we were going to have an elegant guest, I would dress accordingly.
All right. Well, speaking of said guest, here he is, Mr. DJLinx.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? Thank you for having me. Greatly appreciate it.
You got to cup the hand, man. That's the Viking
it's
wave.
the Viking wave. We wave like Queen
cup.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Nice. Queen Elizabeth is one tough broad.
Well,
Yes,
she's a Viking
she is.
descendant. She's a Viking queen.
Oh, wow. I did
You
not.
You were the ghost. You were the guest. Ghost. You were the
No,
ghost. You were the guest, so you get to be front and center, sir.
You
This
guys
is
realize-
weird.
Why is it weird?
I don't know. I don't know. We're all equals. We should all have equal amount of screen space.
Yes, we are, but you get to be the one because elegant guest. And Digger Jim has a question for you, Beckerman. Elegant guest.
Yes, DJLinx is like the nicest dressed guy in the community. Did you see his Road to
Hey, Mark.
3,000 video? That guy was wearing a suit.
Oh,
So
I saw
I
that.
decided to suit up for him. These
okay.
old rags, I threw it on. Oh, there's the tag. Oops.
Hey,
Oh, you
Mark.
call it a suit? I call it pajamas.
Yeah. I wear sweatpants and basketball shorts and t-shirts.
No, thank you. It's funny. Yeah, so I did that video on Saturday. We were going out to it was weird. So I had like a work function and then it was like dinner after. So I was just like, while the missus was getting ready, I was just like, let me just film this video. So and then right after that, I was like, this is a mistake. So I took off the jacket and then I put on sneakers and that's how I went out. So
This is a mistake.
So you actually were more dressy in your video than you were out on the town?
I was dying. So if you watch the video, you'll see like me just perspire. And I'm not really a sweater, but I was, with the stupid ass hot light.
Based on how you were dressed, I just figured it was the cocaine.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. It hadn't kicked in just yet. I just put some on my gums. I didn't do the full snort.
Just to get the flavor.
Yeah, like that, like raw.
All right. So, if you haven't seen the previous two episodes, there, DJ, we really don't have a set parameters or questions. We just go with whatever comes up.
That's great.
That's how Alan does it.
If at any time you don't want to answer a question, you can say so. Beckerman will not hound you and bug you too much.
Please, I will answer. I'm an open book. Whatever you want to ask me, I will answer. Well, 99%.
Remember, this is my channel, not yours. I could.
Settle down, Alan.
That's a loaded question, man.
I will not confirm if I murdered anybody. If that's what you're talking about.
All right. So
maybe I did.
Okay, DJ. So my first question is, what made you start your channel?
That's a good question, sir. What made me start the channel? It's no surprise to anyone. Prior to COVID, at work, I was doing mainly video editing. So I was overseeing the video editing department. And, COVID hit and the world stopped. And with anything creative, whether it's drawing, video editing, whatever it is that's creative, I feel that if you don't keep those tools sharp, you're going to lose them or you're going to get kind of dull. So starting the channel was my way of keeping my tools sharp, my editing stuff sharp, and also taking my mind off of things because it was the big beginning of COVID. Every day I would wake up fighting for my job. I didn't know if, I was going to work. And, I would work, I would do stuff. And then I was just like, you know what, let me just jump into the YouTube thing. And I got really caught up in the YouTube thing more so where I was just looking forward to this than my regular job. But luckily through COVID, we were able to prevail. And then we're my job, we're in a good spot. But those first rough couple of days or weeks rather in March 2020, Yeah, I don't know about. I felt like I was gonna be eating baby food underneath like a highway or something.
Wow. Yeah, I never really talked to anybody. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
Who were some of those first channels that you watched?
First channels that I watched. I was always a big fan of Gem Mint. So before YouTube, before me getting back into comic books, I'm into statues. So you see the Hot Toys stuff, but on this wall I have a bunch of statues. Boom. So I was always a big fan of Gem Mint. Justin's Collection or Justin's Collectibles. He's a guy based in Australia, so he does a whole bunch of Hot Toys reviews. He gets like every single Hot Toy there is, and I get anxiety just looking at his display cases because it's like there's no room. His display cases are the club at 2 a.m. with Funkmaster Flex playing in like 98. So Justin's Collection was a big one with the Hot Toys. And then when I started getting into the comic book content, Wink Inc. So I saw him opening up the mystery boxes, and he didn't know like what every single book was. He didn't know what every single artist on the cover was. And I was just like, oh, that's cool. Like you could do this and not be like a comic book guru. Let me take my stab at it. So definitely Wink Inc. was, I guess, one of the main influences of me like taking the leap to do this, because he was making mistakes, and it was okay to make mistakes. Like you don't have to go on camera and be perfect. That's what I'm getting at. And he was definitely one of the influences.
I have to say that's actually what drew me to this little corner of the community, is that I like that nobody does that stuff. Like they're just excited about comics and excited to learn. And I tell my buddy Marcus this all the time. I actually, for as long as I've been doing this, and I've told Alan this too, I like hanging around new collectors. Like I like hanging around people who are actively hunting and trying to get started, because I'm a vampire, and I will take that enthusiasm from them and feast on it. Because sometimes it's hard, to still stay excited about your collection after 30 years. So I'll just take it from them. I take all their enthusiasm and I eat it.
Awesome. Well, take away, sir. Take away. I totally hear you. I think new collectors, because there's like a newfound passion there, and everything is exciting to a new collector. It's like, oh snap, J. Scott Campbell. I never knew who this guy was, and these covers are awesome.
I get excited about it all over again. Then it makes me appreciate what I have, instead of focusing on what I don't have.
Yeah,
I love it. This community is great. You guys are all awesome. You're a channel I found very early on through Burke's channel, and I love watching your videos.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate that. I'm an excitable guy. Like what you see is what you get. I'm no different behind the camera, on the camera, whatever. Like what you see is what you get. And I'm a pretty excitable guy. When I see a good book, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, like that's how I am. I'm just like, yo. I remember one time we were at New York Comic Con, and this was the stupidest thing that I've ever did. There was a booth that had all like 80s, 90s toys, right? Super nostalgic booth. And there was an Alf plush. It just so happened that my brother, who's older than me, like 3-4 years older than me, a couple of weeks before that, he was in a motorcycle accident. So in Florida. So he lived and all that stuff. His foot was like terribly mangled, but he was fine. So then he, in his drug-induced stupor in the hospital, was talking about the stupid Alf plush that he had. So anyway, New York Comic Con rolls around. I'm there. I see the Alf plush. And like I said, I'm an excitable guy. So I'm like, oh shit, Alf! Like, so now I just relinquished any piece of negotiating power that I had, because I'm just like, oh shit, Alf!
Now, one quick question. Don't mean to cut off your story, but one quick question. Is it the regular Alf plush or the one that talks?
The regular, the one that talks.
The regular one?
Yeah, no, the Alf, we had the one that talks, but he just said racist phrases.
Well, he hates cats, so I mean.
Oh, that's what it was, cats.
Yeah, he hates cats.
Yeah.
He pronounced cats funny. No,
Wow, I'm not touching this.
So
No.
did you end up getting the off plush from the guy?
Absolutely. So I'm like, how much you want for the off plus? He was like 100. I was just like, I'll give you 80. He was like, nope. I was like, fuck. All right, give it to me.
I'll give you 80. Nope.
90?
Yeah, no, I was just like, whatever. I'm a terrible negotiator. As it is at the con, like sometimes I'll be like, what's your best price? That is my best price. All right, let's do it. Like I'm a terrible negotiator. Usually I'll just pay what they're asking for, or I'll go on eBay. They'll see me looking on eBay, and then I'll make an offer.
Oh, they love that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I might have, gotten some dirty looks or some cuss words thrown
but
at
how
me.
else are you supposed to? I mean, who can keep up with all these prices too?
Yeah, like everything is just like super fluctuating. It's hard to keep up.
So did you decide to start the YouTube channel before you got back into comics, or were they kind of one and the same, or how was it? Because you told me once before you had slabs before you like started collecting again.
Yeah, so when I started the channel, I had slabs. So I had a good amount of slabs. I want to say I had about, and when I say a good amount, like maybe like 10. So I had like 10 big books. So I had already had like a Hulk 181. What else did I have? I had a Hulk 181, an Amazing Spider-Man 300, McFarlane slab, Spider-Man McFarlane signed by McFarlane, Spawn. I had Punisher's first appearance, and this is all before the channel. And then I started getting the mystery boxes for content and to also learn, because there's a lot of stuff that I had to relearn, a lot of stuff that I learned for the first time because of like all new artists and things like that. And after that, I was just like, everybody's talking about New Comic Book Day. Let me see what's up with that. Let me get back onto the reading as opposed to just doing mystery boxes and then getting it, selling it, and vice versa. That's how we keep the cycle going. So then when people were talking about New Comic Book Day, like, channels like Mark's, channels like Burke, with the Thursday night chats, I got really interested in the new comic book stuff. And immediately my first thing was like, what has the Hulk been up to? Because the Hulk is my favorite character. And I got into Immortal Hulk was the first thing that I got into. And at the time, I think 5 trades were out. And I went and I bought all 5 trades of Immortal Hulk. And then I think I bought Venom, the Donny Cates Venom trades. And that's what got me back into reading new stuff, Immortal Hulk and then Venom. I'm ashamed to say Venom, but that whole Knoll stuff was dope. And then it just like sound effects. I bring sound effects.
I like the current run, but that's just me moving forward.
Oh, I forgot you're a Venom guy. For the current run, I think I read it through issues 6 or 7, and then I stopped because I got so busy. But I'm still picking it up. Issue 9, I think, comes out this Wednesday, right?
And your regular LCS, is it Midtown?
No. So my LCS is Royal Collectibles in Queens. Okay. They have 2 locations actually in Queens. I go to the one. I don't want to tell you because you might catch me there. Nah. So that's where I go every Wednesday, and then I work like legit 2 blocks from Midtown Comics, the Times Square location, which is the flagship store. So right. I'm there. Usually I go there on Tuesdays because I work a hybrid schedule. So Monday and Tuesdays, I'm in the office. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm at home. And on Tuesdays, I go to Midtown Comics to get whatever like rare DC book is. So like that Shazam, not Shazam, the Black Adam #2 last week. The black cover with the kid with the flat top on the cover. Mm-hmm. So that was like sold out everywhere. But Midtown Comics, they put them out 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, and it's empty because everyone still thinks that they put the books out on Wednesday. But you literally could go in and get any DC book whatsoever on a Tuesday at 11 o'clock.
That's cool. I feel like growing up, I always idolized and by growing, I mean in my teenage years and when I started really branching out and hitting the old CBR forums and stuff, I was always jealous of the New York collectors because you guys really do have like amazing shops, and New York Comic Con, the first Comic Con ever, and still going. Mm-hmm. It really is. It's been a focal point of collecting throughout the history of the hobby.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think we're spoiled in that regard. So we have a comic book shop. We just have so many in the mm-hmm. city. mom and pops. Like I've only known of one that it was closed down, St. Mark's, between Second and Third. I think it was called St. Mark's Comics, and then they reopened in a bigger store in Brooklyn. But yeah, we're spoiled. You got Forbidden Planet, which is one of the big ones. There are 3 in the city, Manhattan, 3 Midtown Comics locations. So it's Midtown. There's 2 of them in Midtown, which makes no sense. 1 downtown, and then there's a Midtown Comics outlet in Queens. Royal Collectibles, my LCS has 2 locations. Like I mentioned, Forbidden Planet. There's one literally around the corner from my job, which I discovered during the pandemic, because it looks like they just play like Magic the Gathering. So there's like posters in the window, and I was just like, what is this? Let me go see what these guys are doing. And it was actually a low-key comic book shop, and I was like, holy shit. And there was like at that shop, it's on Fifth Avenue, they had a hot book that was out that was like selling for like double at the time. So I was just like, yeah, let me get all of these. And they had it like everything, because it was just like such a low-key shop.
I haven't been into New York in 20 years, but the last time I was there, I did some great hunting in the shops. And before that, my first trip to New York, my mom actually took me specifically to New York because for a birthday, I did the Marvel tour when I was 15.
Oh, wow.
Back when they still had a tour. Like, yeah, and I still have the little pamphlet they give you and everything. They give you some buttons and, stuff. I still have all of that.
So what made you choose your current LCS? I mean, with as many options as you have, what drew you in?
Let me just real quick just touch upon what Mike just said about the Marvel tour. When I started working at a law firm, and they still had stuff there at the law firm because they represented Marvel in the bankruptcy case.
Oh,
yeah, so they had awesome. I wasn't into comics. They had like stationery and all kinds of stuff just lying around. And it was like, yeah, you go over there, you drop off a package, and they give you a stack of stuff. I was just like, oh, okay. So to your question, Alan, my LCS, it's funny because I've been going there for years, especially because of the hot toys. Like I would go there, and the manager Mike would give me a good deal on the hot toys. Super fair guy, super fair prices. So then it was only natural to continue bringing my business there. So I like not that we are best friends or anything like that, but there's, a mutual respect. There's like, it's like a family feeling going in there, as opposed to going into like a Midtown Comics, for example. And it's not to say anything bad about Midtown Comics, but it's like you're, going into Zara or going into the Gap to buy something.
They're so huge. I mean, they're not.
Yeah. Like even if you ask for help, it's just like, whereas like Royal Collectibles, I remember with the Venom thing. So I was just like, because I heard everybody talking about Donny Cates Venom. So then I go in and I was just like, hey, Mike, is this the latest Venom? Everybody's talking about Donny Cates. They're like, no, you got to get this one. Oh, but this one is good. Oh, and then this one is awesome too. And I was just like, have a stack of graphic novels. They were like, you know what? I'll give you double punches on your, because we have a rewards card. I'll give you double punches for everything. Like you're going to read it. You're going to love it and stuff like that. And that's the kind of environment that I enjoy at an LCS.
That's why you do it. So let's face it, we can get all this stuff cheaper online.
Yeah.
You go to an LCS to build those relationships, to have that, belonging, that sense of like being a part of a community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a good shop gives you that feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And they do so much for the community as it is, meaning our local community in Queens. So I'm in Brooklyn, but I'm literally like 2 steps from Queens. And they do like small business Saturday where they'll just have a sale. They recently did like LotCon. So they'll have all their graphic novels, just put them outside. Every single one, $5. It's insane. They raise a lot of money too for the community as well. Right now, what they're doing, which is amazing, I don't know if it's signing petitions or stuff, but there's like something going around, and there's a website. They're trying to get a life-size monument built of a light pole with the street signs of Spider-Man on the light pole with the street signs Ditko and Lee. So they're trying to do that in Forest Hills, Queens.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason I'm so jacked with like New York comic book like history right now is because I actually just about a week and a half ago finished this book. It's the 1964 New York Comic Con, the true story behind the world's first comic book convention. And it's got this Ditko Spider-Man on there. It was the only con Ditko ever did.
Wow.
He signed at that con, and what he saw there, he decided he didn't like cons. But it was a group of kids. Like, I don't know if you know the history of New York City Comic Con, but 14-year-olds organized that con the first time, and they later like sold. It tells the whole story. Anybody who wants to borrow this book, hit me up after this on Instagram. I will mail it to you so you can read it.
Wow. Was it the Goonies?
Yeah,
Did the Goonies organize?
Kind of, honestly, they were. You know where they all met? They met in letters pages. And one of the kids. That
actually, in the back of the book.
Yeah, in letters in the back of books.
Wow.
You know those the books Rob really likes, like Mystery into Space books and stuff?
Yeah.
That's how they all met, is in the back of one of those. They started their own newsletter, and they're like, we need to get a meeting together. And actually, the kid that ends up working the door, future Marvel editor-in-chief Len Wein, co-creator of Wolverine, he works the door. The one kid, he bugs the heck out of Ditko to get him to agree to be there. They get Marvel on board. They got DC National on board. It's just a fascinating story. And then one of the kids that had his mom get him to the con was George R.R. Martin, and he helped set up the tables.
Holy snap. That's history, man.
It is mega history. So anybody that's interested in that book, hit me up. I will get it to you. You can read it too.
That's great.
I was blown away by all the letters and the correspondence in there, and just the fact that like something so huge, such a destination con, started with a bunch of kids.
Yeah. No, and then when you think about it, the back of the letters pages, that's the original comic book community. That's the original forum.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Pre-internet, Yeah, it's incredible.
So, now you have a family. So, do you find it difficult to?
I am Dom Toretto. Family.
Do you feel it difficult to balance your channel? Because you do put out a decent amount of content, your channel and the family and all that stuff.
That's a very good question, Alan Rue. I thought I was doing a good job of balancing stuff until I got yelled at today.
Oh.
What happens is my wife is super supportive. So I have a wife. I do have a child, but my child, she's gonna be 24 in a couple of months. But my wife is super supportive of what I do. I enjoy it greatly. I enjoy editing. So right now my schedule is really hectic because not only, I work a full-time job. And like at the company that I work at, I'm a director. That's my title. So I have a bunch of things under my purview. Now that's my job. And I do my job just so that I could run home and do YouTube. Like if I didn't need the money, I would 1000% quit because I love the YouTube stuff. So not only do I have a full-time career, I have my channel that I do, I put out a lot of content, doing a lot of stuff for Gem Mint as well. So I'm basically doing double duty. So sometimes I'm putting out 2 videos a day, my video and also Gem Mint's video as well. So it's a lot. The last week has been really hectic because we've been working on a lot of stuff. Gem and I closely together. He was at San Diego Comic-Con, sending me his footage, edit it, and then get it up on the channel. So I don't find it hard to balance because even though it's work, I love what I do. But my wife,
and that's actually how I found his channel, was you doing the editing. I'd never heard of him up to that, which, I'm a weird mutant.
Wait, you never heard of Gem? I didn't go to him until that one video that he shouted out about, and that's when I went to Gem Mint. Like other than that, I never saw him.
Oh wow,
those videos are great though. You do a really good job on your editing.
Oh yeah,
thank you, sir. Thank you. I
mean, now I'm checking him out all the time, and it's just crazy to see someone in the community that doesn't collect like just regular books. He collects his omnibuses and stuff, right? Or
yeah, that, and then he also does his weekly comic book stuff. But he's like, I don't want to say, oh, I'm doing his video and then whatever. Like, he's one of my main inspirations, like Jem meant. And to be able to collaborate with him in this way, and it's something that I would have never thought would like ever happen, for us to have like a working relationship like the way we do, literally talk every single day, all day sometimes. He's, he's a class act, man. Like Gemmin, what you see on the camera is one thing. Like real life, Gemmin he's the bee's knees.
Okay. Seems like a really genuine guy. It looked like he was having a lot of fun at New York Comic Con too. Yeah. Or New York. I got New York on the
San Diego.
SDCC, yeah. Comic Con. You can that's the one you can actually call Comic Con, because they fought for that right in court.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, you go ahead and make your own Comic Con and see what happens. You will get a cease and desist.
What?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
There's a certain few that got grandfathered in, but San Diego trademarked it, which is crazy because, as we said, New York was the first one, but San Diego was the first to trademark.
That's on one of my life goals. Like, I want to do like my own like little con, like going to, because I go to a lot of cons, not only the big ones. But over here, there's like, Bronx Con, Queens Con.
You guys have a con every week in New York.
Yeah, the sidewalk sales. Like, I know Brian the other day was talking about on his channel that he went over to the sidewalk sale. I think it was in Levittown, to see Street Side Anthony and some of the other vendors. So, like, doing this and going to all these little shops and sidewalk sales and stuff like that. Like, I've developed like a relationship with a lot of these people, and it's just so weird because in my real life, networking is like one of the things that I would hate. I would go to a networking event and I would be like by the bar by myself. I hate networking. But put me in the community and I just want to talk to everybody. And I developed a lot of relationships with people, and one day it's on my goal list to do my own little Linx con.
Yeah, if anybody could make it happen, it's you, and especially smaller size cons. I think in your area, it's probably a lot more doable. Here, it seems like people will put together a few dealers and some tables, and they'll get a room, and nobody shows. This is a tough market for it, but you're definitely in the area to be in.
Yeah, definitely. And then like when we talk about like community shows, because you have, the shows that you're always going to do, like Wizard World, New York Comic Con, whatever the case may be. But then like people from the community doing their own shows. So there's one on September 17th. There was one a few months back, King Con. So King Con 3 is taking place September 17th at I think it's called the APA Hotel, no relation to Bradshaw or Farouk. And it's literally it's the Pressable Defects and like their boys, and it's just a con. And you go in, they give you a cup of Hennessy, and you go out and you buy stuff, and it's like the best feeling.
Didn't you work that one?
I just went as just a spectator, but I'm gonna try to finagle my way to get in there. I worked the 3 Men in the Basement, so that was the first one that the comic swap. That was the first one where I actually vended at, and I spent more money than what I made, and I was happy as a clam that by the end of the day. I was just like, this is the greatest experience ever. I just want to stand here and, how you doing? Hey, oh yeah, hey, take this, yeah. It was the best. It was the best. Like, don't tell me, oh man, I have a son, he enjoys comics. Oh yeah, here's the stack. Like,
he should have these.
Yeah, basically.
I think that just goes back to basically the personality of everybody in the community. I mean, if you have something and somebody else wants it, then okay, here you go. Well, not everything, obviously, not everything.
That only works if you're Panda.
That's true. But you understand what I mean with the AOKs that get flown around throughout. It's just that the generosity. That's the biggest thing that hit me when I started with this everything.
Me too.
Was the AOKs were just nuts.
I still find it weird.
You still
less
find
weird.
it weird?
Yeah, less weird than when I remember the first AOK I got. I was just like, I don't know what to do. Like,
What was your
I was just
first
like, what is
AOK?
this? I don't know what to do. And
What was
like,
your first one?
First AOK was from Remy Q. So it was from Remy Q Studios. Big shout out to Remy Q. And coming across Remy Q has been not only one of the highlights of my YouTube career, but of my life. I love that guy. Like, Remy Q is my fifth brother. Wait a minute, how many brothers do I have? No, he's my fourth brother. I love that dude. Yeah, he sent me an AOK Captain Marvel 26 first cover appearance of Thanos, and I opened it and I was just like awestruck and dumbfounded. The funny thing about it, though, I was recording. It didn't have any audio, so I forgot to put the microphone on, and I did the entire video without the microphone. So then I had to go and adjust it, and I made it like kind of funny or something. But I wish I like the original. Like, I was on the verge of tears. What happens is just regular me. I've never been one to receive gifts. I always find it weird. I have a lot of idiosyncrasies, and I am weird like that. So I've always found it weird to receive gifts on Christmas here, or if somebody comes up, drops off a gift, like my mother-in-law. I refuse to open gifts in front of people, which is like super weird. So I'll just be like, nah, I'm good. I'll open it when you leave. Or I'll be like, oh, it's not 12 o'clock yet. Santa Claus didn't come. Because what happens is I don't have a poker face. So if it's like terrible, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, thank you.
I just pictured you going, trash.
That shit is trash, yo.
Yeah, we've got into many an argument here, me and the missus, about that stuff. My favorite line is, open it up. You still got the receipt, right?
Ooh.
Man, I just hope that's not an in-law. Oh,
in-laws all day. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just real direct and honest.
Hey,
but
Flo.
I mean, throughout, as time went on, I've been able to kind of like soften my approach, and the community has helped me greatly with that, and like getting AOKs and stuff has helped me greatly. So it's not about, yo, this is whack. So even if like you get something that it's perhaps not your taste, you have to kind of like, spin it around and be like, oh, thank you. This is not really my taste. I'm going to make sure I pass it on to somebody that will enjoy this. And I've kind of adopted that in my personal life as well.
Well, I think that's, again, back to the community aspect. That's the thing. I mean, if we give a book, or if you would get a mystery box or an AOK, you just throw a bunch of books together. Because really, it's usually never just one book. At least the ones I've gotten, it's just always a bunch. But you don't.
Note to self: send Alan one book.
Go for it. I will cherish it until I give it to somebody else. But unless I like it, I mean, it's just, that's the thing. Not everything is for everybody. So you give it away. That's the way it is. It will find a forever home.
You have to give it away. Give it away. Give it away
now.
Mm-hmm. You have to.
Okay. Interesting. That box today wasn't anyone's taste.
Okay. All right. So, the box that I got, really wasn't a box. It's a tube. It was supposed to stay as a square tube. It did not. I have that sitting right next to me, by the way, just to kind of remind me of it.
A square tube?
Yeah, he got a...
Okay, so Dale of Suspense. I hit him up because he had an extra print of Austin LeMay's "Something Is Killing Eternals." I offered to buy it off of him. Of course, he said no, and I was like, "No, please let me buy it." And then he said, I said, finally gave in, and I said, "Okay, let me pay for shipping." And he's like, "All right, I'll hit you up when I do ship it, and I'll let you know how much it is." And so it comes, and I'm all excited about it today. I get home for lunch. I'm so excited to open this box. I see it there. I know what's in it, and I want it so bad. I've been chasing this print for a year and trying to get it. And he even told me that he hooked me up with another print from another local artist. I'll show that one first.
Okay.
It was this of Venom, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really, really cool print.
That's fire.
Yeah, as you can see, the creases from where they crushed the thing.
Maybe make yourself bigger.
Make myself bigger? Okay.
Hey, that's personal.
But there it is.
Funny story about that print.
And there is the Forever Creases.
Oh, wow.
Color breaking even.
Yeah, it's yeah. It puts you in a somber mood. I mean, well, at least it did me.
See, if I was you, I would turn that around and call it the USPS variant.
That's a great idea. I'm stealing that. But
no. So funny thing about that print, Dale, because Dale had two, so he had purchased one from Austin LeMay. Mm-hmm. So I purchased the second one because I have one, and I gave it away on one of my giveaways, and Dale had won it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And full now
circle, community, baby.
Community, how it circles around.
Oh shit!
Take him off.
No.
Where's my admin? Kick him out. Kick him out.
I love his style.
No, what Mark was referring to about the box. So it's coming out tomorrow widely, but it was released yesterday for Linx channel members. Yeah, it was a box that I got, and it was
wait, that $100 Deadpool's box?
Yeah, so it was the greatest box in the world.
Yeah, I was expecting this shit is trash, yo. We don't hear that too often on your channel when you buy boxes. So
what happens is because that shit is trash. Not that I've softened my approach or anything like that. I haven't. What happens is, I guess, like in going through the books and stuff like that, it's hard. Like, I'll do my hits and my misses. I guess that's why I adopted that instead of like that shit is trash. So I'll do my hits and my misses. I'll be like, yeah, these 5 are for me. These 4 aren't. It is what it is. Like, what's the value? Because what happens is I could be like, all these books are horrible, but then I come back and it's like a double value box, and then I look like a jackass. So I'd rather just do like my hits and my misses. Because if it's trash for me, somebody might like, some random indie book that's has spine activity all over the side.
Spine activity?
Yeah.
Some would call them ticks.
Yeah, probably. Oh man, Spoon!
Just
gosh, she just made a tick reference. I love it.
Comics 101, never put a book in with a board that is smaller than the book. Don't ever do that. Ever.
Yeah, I mean that's why I stay getting magnums like you kid. Yeah, that is like the dumbest thing in the world. Like it makes no sense. For that, don't even put a board in it if you're gonna put a board smaller than the actual book or the bag. That breaks my heart to see that. Yeah, Mr. Austin LeMay is a talented guy, man. When that Something Is Killing the Turtles print popped off, man.
How many did he do again? I forgot.
I want to say
50.
50. I want to say 50. I might be wrong, but there were tiers. So there was like just the regular print. There was an autograph print. Then he had a couple of different autograph variations. The remarks. So I think he were doing them in any of the turtle bandana colors.
25 and 25. Mark.
There you go.
25 and 25. So
speaking of community based variants and prints, tell me about that Hail Crow book behind you.
This one?
Maybe. I liked the no look.
Yeah, no, Hail Crow. What happens is like on one of my I think in my 2022 like goals list video, my goals was to get my own variant. Shit. Please hold. It's Mr. Gem Mint.
Tell him we said
You know
hi.
what? Just pause us and talk to him. You can. Come on, Hollywood. You got to keep those contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was on my goals list to come up with the variant, but I really didn't know the process or how to even do it, who to approach, whatever the case may be. And then in C2E2, when we were in Chicago, I asked Wink In because he had released his, I think, Iron Face, and he had a variant, and he was just like, oh, you just contact some artists, see what they're into, or whatever the case may be, see if they got something coming up, and see if you could just attach your name to it. So then y'all just gotta put a hole for a text.
Yeah, we did. That's okay.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, I'm fully aware of who we are.
I'm sorry for my diva-like behavior. I apologize. I forgot what I was saying. So that was Wink was like, approach an artist and see what they're into. If they have something, like attach a name to it, whatever. So I was just like, because like I said, the networking thing is not really like my strong suit. So then Javon Jordan, he was on in the mix. We kind of like developed like a friendship. So we would go back and forth on Instagram. I would see him at the cons, stuff like that. And yo, what's up? Yo, DJLinx, whatever. Super cool cat. And then when he announced his Hail Crow King of Hell, I started asking questions. I was just like, because when you hear retailer exclusive, I'm like, do I have to own a shop in order to get one of these? He's like, nah, just pay for it.
No, I think it's about the money more so than
it's more about the money.
having the brick and mortar.
Yeah, so I actually didn't know that. And then like he explained it to me what it is, the money, this and that. So I was just like, yeah, I want to do this. He was like, oh, who do you want to do the artist? I was just like, you. And yeah, then we took it from there. And then it was just weird because when I saw people's copies, other variants shipping, and I was just like, yo, what's the deal with mine? So mine was the last to ship out of everybody that had. And I'm biased, but I love the cover. It fits my personality.
Take us through a process a little bit. Like, how much input did you get on the design of it? Did he show you any mock-ups or prelims or?
No. So the way the conversation went, and when we started talking about the cover, I was just like, yo, let me know when we need to talk about the cover, because I don't know how long it takes from conception to finalizing to printing and all that other stuff. So he was like, cool. You have any ideas in mind? I was just like, oh, yeah. So I sent him an album cover of one of my favorite hip hop albums that hasn't been homaged. So I sent him that, and I was like, yo, I was thinking something like this, whatever, music style, whatever. And then he was just like, oh, I had another idea. So then I was just like, all right, let me think about it, whatever. So the very next day, legit, I was just like, you know what? I wouldn't tell Jesus how to do his miracles. So I'm not going to tell you how to do your art. Do whatever you want. Like, you have complete freedom to do whatever you want.
I've had good success doing that with ordering commissions and stuff. Some guys really micromanage it, and I just let it rip, and sometimes it bites me in the butt, but more often than not, I really get something I like even more than what I had thought about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm glad I did that, because the final product, like I love it. Like, it's me all day. And in the slab, it looks amazing. It looks like a gold record plaque. So
yeah, I love it. It's a cool looking book.
Thank you, sir.
I have one, but I didn't get mine signed because I didn't know you had to request that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, or else that would have been requested before.
This is not my stream.
I'm sorry, is Jim Mint killing again?
Yeah.
Oh shit. The sign thing, it's funny because a lot of people gave me shit for not signing them. What happened was I got them
books, man. That's a lot of signing.
No, so it wasn't even that. It was more so I was just like, from a business perspective, like, you guys paid me like 2 months already, or whatever the case was, when the pre-orders went out. And I just wanted to box these books up and send them out. So I sent out every single one that I had within 3 days. So it took 3 trips to the post office to get every single one out. And that's what I was more concerned about. Like that. So in the beginning, like, I did sign a few, like some were personalized, and that was my plan for everybody that requested a signature. But then I'm like, oh shit, but like, Alan paid me. I need to get Alan's stuff out. And I just started boxing up everything. And then I apologize if anybody wanted to sign one and I didn't do it.
It's all right. I'll see you eventually, and I'll get mine. So
yes.
Funny story about the sign one. I was seeing there was a con in the Bronx, Bronx Con. So I brought 4 copies. So I signed 4 copies of the Velcro. One of them went on Whatnot and sold for $125.
Hell yeah!
Yo.
So now you're telling us you got to charge us for a
Oh no, not at all. But it's
I'm
funny
just
because when they're like, "Can you sign this?" I'm like, like my signature is terrible.
See, my goal is to meet you and Javon Jordan at the same time, so then I can get that stuff witnessed, and then get both y'all to sign it, and then send it in. That's what I want to do with mine.
That's gonna be a weird key party,
right?
Yeah, no, that's up. I'm actually bringing one because I have 1 copy left that somebody was like, put on hold for me, and sorry. So
sorry.
I have 1 copy. I'm bringing it with me to Terrificon, and I'm gonna try to do that. So I have a signed copy from CBCS, that from Javon signed coming back to me, but I'm gonna try to get a 1 of 1 Javon Jordan DJLinx signed book. So we're gonna do it there at Captured Collectibles, and then I'll finally be CGC verified because I tried to get the CGC stuff and no response from them whatsoever, and even worse for CBCS. So
they actually took back your email. It was just sent undeliverable.
No, it was there. They opened it and was just like, ha, look at this fool.
Those jerks.
So you saying after Terrificon you will be CGC certified or CBCS?
CGC. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Nice.
Fingers crossed. Okay.
Yeah. Flo was at the same thing in the Bronx. So Javon signed his, but I forgot to sign Flo's. I left before. So Flo would have had the first double signed book. Sorry, Flo.
Wow.
So Terrificon, that's your next excursion?
Yeah.
Have you been to Terrificon before?
I haven't been to Terrificon. I'm really looking forward to it because it's in the Mohegan Sun. It's in a hotel. I'm really looking forward to like the after party stuff.
And they've got some again East Coast cons. They get the talent. And the guy I buy art from is actually the Artist Alley booker for that show.
Oh, nice. That's a true story. I'm sorry to cut you off, Mike, but that's a true story. I gave Austin LeMay when Manolo opens the door for Tony Montana in Scarface, and then Tony Montana rolls the eyes and looks up and he sees Gina at the top of the stairs. That's the look I gave Austin LeMay when he cut in line in front of me at C2E2. I was like, "You kidding me or what, man?"
He said, "Don't be careful."
Oh, is that a threat?
Dang.
I don't know. It sounds more
Flo.
I don't know. I don't know what that sounds like. I'm not gonna.
I'm so jealous you get to meet Flo. Like you live in the same area as him, and that breaks my. Like I want to meet.
Flo. Flo wasn't my taste. I met him twice, and he's taller than me, so immediately I hated him. So
isn't that most of the population?
Yes, that's why
I saw the pictures at C2E2.
Wait, how tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah, you're lying. Yeah.
On my license it says 5'8", but I think I've shrunk in my old age. I'm probably like 5'7".
You're 5'8". You shrunk. Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Gravity, man, it gets us all.
Yeah.
So, do you plan on going to every day at Terrificon?
Yeah. So we're driving up on Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna hit the con floor on Friday or whatever the case may be. But we're driving up on Friday. We're staying at a hotel. We're not staying at the actual casino. Dwarf Links. Dwarf J-Linx. Ooh. So I don't know if I'm going to hit the con floor on Friday, but definitely on Saturday and Sunday. I'm really looking forward to like the activities that are going on. I have plans with like the guys from the Press with Defects, Very Gary, like those guys like that. And Dracula is going to be up there, actual Dracula, which I'm really excited to meet Adrian. I told him I'm going to carry him around in like the baby carrier. So I got like a XXXXL baby carrier. So I'm gonna try to put him in the baby carrier and carry him around the con floor like that, dressed like baby Carlos from The Hangover. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because I was actually going off about one of those things. That's my idea for a cosplay with Alan. I want to strap myself to him Yoda style,
Nice.
have him carry me around. But he didn't know that until this moment because we were all talking about it on the last banter Saturday night.
Well,
nice.
Okay.
Nice.
But yeah, Terrificon, great show, lots of cool artists. Are you looking for anything in particular? You don't really collect art, right?
Not necessarily, but if there's something cool, like I have like remarks on books, not original art. I have.
You have a Thanos picture in your corner that always intrigues
yeah. So I have
me.
original art of Jim Starlin, original art of Thanos, and then I have a Thanos, the Biggie homage with the red background with the crown.
Is that something you would be parting with ever? Or?
No.
Yeah, those are. Starlin's starting to sketch again. I need to get on that guy's list.
Yeah. No, that was.
He's at Terrificon, right?
Is he?
I believe so.
Oh snap! No, Starlin is that's like one of my prize pieces. Like if everything was burning, I'll grab that. That thing to me is phenomenal. I remember one of those things back to receiving gifts. So I got that from my wife for my birthday, and
yeah, you can't get rid of it. I've admired it for a long time though. I catch it every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, how does he have that? I want that.
Yeah, no, it's let me just show everybody since we're talking about it.
Please do.
Oh no, my midsection. Do I have pants on?
I hope so.
That's
pretty nice.
So this is an original Jim Starlin.
Becker has 4 of them.
Yeah, I know.
No, I really don't. I have a Starlin remark. I do not have a Starlin. But look how good that would go with these, DJ. A George Perez and a Ron Lim. Like to put all 3 next to each other.
Oh wow.
Wouldn't that be great?
I'll see your Starlin Thanos and raise you a George Perez Thanos.
Speaking of
AOP, oh no, Starlin's rarer though. Like if you know kind of thing with Starlin's by far worth more than either of the 2 sketches I just showed.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't sketch too much anymore, and he kind of grew unhappy with it.
Yeah.
So
it's funny because although I love Starlin, Thanos is one of my favorite characters. Love the Starlin Thanos. Ron Lim's Thanos is like my Thanos.
So this Thanos?
Yeah. When you put it in the square tube, please be careful. We don't want it to crease, sir.
Honestly, I totally agree with you. As much as I love George, R.I.P., Ron Lim's my favorite artist on Infinity Gauntlet. When he took over halfway through issue 4, I feel like you could... What specific image I'm thinking of at the end of the story when Thanos is tending that garden within the Soul Gym?
Yeah.
How cool did he look?
Very.
I knew you would know, man. I knew you were a Thanos guy, so...
Yeah, no, that was amazing. Yeah, that whole Infinity Gauntlet thing. And that was so weird to me in reading Infinity Gauntlet because it's like you killed half the universe. You're over here trying to salsa dance with death on the moon or on a base or whatever. And then at the end of it all, you're chilling in the garden with your whatchamacallit on your suit on like a scarecrow. And he's like, yeah, whatever. I killed you all. Now I'm just here. Whatever.
That's because he did what he said he was going to do. His job's done.
Yeah. Well, at that point, he was defeated by Adam Warlock. This isn't the same as the movies.
Yeah, it's not the same as the movie.
Yeah, he was just content to tend the garden.
Yeah, he was like, all right, you guys got me. Let me plant some shit. I'll be back. That's my favorite run of all time, that 6-issue Infinity Gauntlet. It was monumental to me. I just found it super interesting. that there was a character like that was able to kill half the universe. Like for some reason, I've always been fascinated with growing up with older brothers and stuff, like just violence. So watching like violent movies, TV shows, things like that. Things a kid back then, it didn't matter if they watched it or not. Like it wasn't all about like lamb chop. You know what I mean? So we would just watch whatever. And when I came across that book, I was like, holy smokes, like this is crazy.
I can't tell when Mark is being sarcastic.
Thanos is the epitome of hard work. Hey, he did his job.
I think Mark would argue that he did Darkseid's job.
Oh boy. So, DJ, I have a special request, sir.
As a DJ, I don't take requests. I'm not
DJ
a jukebox.
Request does not do requests.
I'm not a jukebox. Like if you want to hear a song, go listen to it on your iPad in the bathroom or whatever. No, I'm just kidding. So when I was doing the DJ thing and people would be like, "Yo, can you play this song?" I was like, because it's like so if you're in the middle of a set, now I'm just like ranting. So if you're in the middle of, let's say, a reggae set or something, right? You're getting busy to some old school reggae, and he's like, "Can you put on Cardi B?" It's like, what? Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry.
People that has to be one of those jobs where you just collect a whole bunch of like people suck stories.
Yes.
Yeah, big time. I remember I was DJing legit at a party. Speaking of reggae, so legit at a party in the middle of a reggae set. No lie. Girl comes up to me. Could you play reggae? I was like, what? That was I was like, what? Okay. I was just like, it made no sense. That was the dumbest thing in the world.
Okay, so anyway, I have 2 copies of Hail Crow, King of Hell.
Yes, sir.
Bad Bunny. Would you be so kind? Would you be so kind to sign one of those if I sent it to you to give to one of our viewers tonight?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Okay. I'll do more than sign it. What happens is I'll put on some gold lipstick and kiss the cover. How about that?
Please.
That went in a better direction than I thought it was going to
go. Usually I do the teabag, the stamp thing, and then
mushroom stamp it.
And... Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. No, I'll be happy to sign the thing. I'll even practice my signature.
Okay, guys. So everybody, I want you to put #Linx Squad in the comments.
Oh, snap.
I'm going to share my screen here real quick because I was somewhat prepared for this. So there. So we have 1 entry, 2 entries. All right. Remember, I am going to send this to DJ. He is going to sign it and then maybe do something else, and it'll come to you.
He's going to do stuff.
I bought 2 copies of this book, 1 to give away and 1 to keep. And it just so happens that this is when I'm giving it away.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I was so happy with the turnout of the Hail Crow King of Hell and just the response that I got from the community. Because sometimes you buy a book just because like you just want to support and you don't really care about the book, but it's actually a really cool book. And I only kept 4 for myself.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'd be so tempted to keep like 10. I mean, it's just like, but then again, you paid for them, so you need to recoup some of that. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't. Well, actually, no. So I have 2 slab that I kept, 2 9.8 CGC. I have the one that I'm taking with me to Terrificon. I have this one, and then I have 1 coming back from CBCS. So 5 in total that I kept.
Okay, everybody. So there's 11 entries. So we are going to go ahead and draw this.
I hope I win my own.
Entered? Are you serious, man?
Yep, I entered 2.
Oh, did you really?
DJLinx.
Oh,
boo.
#rigged.
Boo earns.
Boo earns.
Rigged. Legion of Comics.
Boo Earns.
You just won yourself.
Do you know how many times I've gotten just strangers in places to say that? Like somewhere, I can't remember. It was like a comedian or something. And I was like, they said something unpopular with the crowd. And I was like, Boo Earns. And the guy behind me straight up goes, I said Boo Earns.
That's one of those things where if like you do that and somebody says it, it like just makes your day. Like
I know. I turned around and I was just like, oh,
All
it hit
right.
me in the feelings.
So, Mark, I think DJ has your information. So I'll send it off to DJ and he can get it back to you whenever. So
I love
it.
her.
Well, no steal. Just so y'all are aware, I don't have mine signed. So like anybody winning that is better than what I got. So it's all good.
I'm actually not gonna sign it. I'm just gonna draw a turkey hand on it.
Oh, please do.
That's a signature.
That's what I'm gonna do, a turkey hand.
Hey, do that thing Crane does. Have you ever, when he does sketches, remarks, whatever, he always puts like the date, like star date style, you know, the number of day of the year and the year, and then in the middle he puts a thumbprint.
All right, Clayton Crane, you're doing too much, sir.
Oh, he does too much. Yeah, he does a lot.
Yeah, with the whole different types of signatures.
He approves of the turkey hand variant.
It's not only a turkey hand, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. now you're just gloating. Just gloating.
Oh shit.
Mark is proof that nice things happen to terrible people.
Right.
Oh,
Brother John, you're late, bro.
Boo Earns.
I love that you got that, DJ.
I used to watch The Simpsons religiously back in the day. Like that was my thing. No, when I was hanging out outside, I would go on a Saturday night. I would be outside on the Ave like a hooligan, and I would make it home by 11:30 to watch Saturday Night Live. Watch Saturday Night Live in its entirety, and then go back outside. So that's what I would do. And the same thing on Sunday nights. Simpsons came on over here at 8 p.m. Whatever I was doing, dropped it, got home to watch The Simpsons, and then went back outside to do whatever bad stuff that I was doing in the streets.
On the streets.
I was
drawing turkey hands places.
I know, like that. Like,
well, Beckerman, you got anything else for Mr. DJ?
Well, I don't have anything planned for our channel for the next week.
Yeah,
we can do the rounds here. I'll just show up when you tell me to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What do you got going on there, DJ?
So in the mix this week, Friday is canceled because I'll be away at Terrificon. So, you know, I hope Remy Q usually like fills in and does a, you know, remix type thing. So hopefully that'll go on in my stead. And then today I announced my road to 3,000 subscribers. So shooting for the fences, road to 3,000 subscribers, bunch of great prizes available in the prize pool, bunch of slabs. One of them, Secret Invasion #1, which exploded over the weekend because of the announcement of the show, even though the show was announced, but it was just like official tissue. So that book kind of exploded. And also the prize pool, there's going to be a Hellcrow King of Hell CGC 9.6 blue label. Other channels have graciously donated to the prize pool. So big shout out to Austin LeMay, Chris the Comic Vet, Rob Fat Stacks of Comics, and Darwin Romero, who's part of the Linx squad, but he doesn't do content, but he's in the Linx squad. And then people reached out to me after the fact once my video went live. Burke reached out that he wants to donate a prize. Remy Q wants to donate a prize, and somebody else that I forgot that for some reason I can't remember.
Well, I just watched that today. I will be giving you a prize to give away. I just need to see what it's going to be because I need to like match up with everybody else that gave you something. So it can't be some crap. So yeah.
No. A prize is a prize. If you want to donate, that's good. We take care of the community. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. I don't want anybody to feel pressure to donate a prize. Like, that's not what this is about. Will there be a House of Slaughter 9.2 in the prize pool? If not, I'm out. We're saving that for your big milestone, sir. We're gonna give that House of Slaughter #1 CGC graded 9.2, valued at $10.
Hey, Spidey.
Spidey's
There's
my
your
guy,
sponsor.
man. Yeah, Spidey, man. Spidey is a great guy.
Is he your sponsor or is he Remy's?
Both.
Yeah, bro. Spidey does a lot of good work, man.
But I think Spidey's powder tumblers. I think Remy.
That is true. Remy walks around in all the branding. It's like that guy that buys a new BMW and all of a sudden he has a BMW hat, a BMW T-shirt, and it's just like,
yeah, he's like the last pick guy in the draft. He's so happy to be on the team that he's got like the hat, the duffel bag, the shirt. Like,
yeah.
Hey guys, I'm on the team.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's what we're focusing on, that road to 3,000 subscribers.
Okay, so this week over here on Alan Root Comics and Collectibles, we'll have new comic book day coming out on Friday morning because we're procrastinators like that. So, you know, and
you want to hear about the new comic books 2 days after they come out.
That's right. After everybody else has already talked about them, come over here and check it out. And then we have a mega mail call coming next Monday. Huge mail call coming.
Nice.
Big stuff. But as of right now, that is it. Oh, and Thursday night, they're having a sale. We're having a sale over on Burt Family 54 Comics at 9 p.m. Eastern. He always says Central Time. I don't know why he doesn't convert it to real time, but I converted it for everybody there.
Yeah, there's only one time zone in my heart.
That's right, Eastern.
Really, I would think you would go with the time zone exactly in the middle of the country to help everybody. We've got Californians, we've got New Yorkers, we've got Georgia, wherever the hell that is. But right in the center of the country is Kansas. Go by their time.
Is that still a state, or I thought the population got so low that they just canceled it?
Well, it's flatter than a pancake.
Wow.
No, that's literally a thing. That's a thing they put on signs.
It's flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, it like scientifically, it's like if you take the whole topography of the state, it is actually flatter than a pancake.
Wow, that's bad. That's. I
just want to see like the whole scientific breakdown, or there's like an super intense documentary about
somebody put time into that stat.
Yeah.
Imagine. And then you just make like a giant pancake, the whole size of Kansas, and then you put it in, it's like come up to some conclusion. And then some scientist refutes it. It's like, no, it's not. This has a bump right here. It's just like the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah. There's a bump right here. All right, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. And
thank you to our guest, DJLinx.
Thank you, DJ.
No, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Alan, for reaching out. And I love doing this, man. I love doing this. Just shooting the breeze. That's
the only guest that matters.
Oh, stop.
Wow, dude. Yeah. Okay. So now every guest after this is like, so I guess I don't matter.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe they should up their game.
All guests matter.
Maybe you need to read that contract a little bit more, sir.
I don't read.
You just sign, right?
I was brought in to lead, not to read.
Wow.
Oh, wow. All right.
That was also a Simpsons reference.
Yes, it was. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much. And I want everybody to have a good night.
Cool. Take care, everybody.